Well, 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 look what the cat dragged in. What's up, guys? It's Pixelated Apollo. Thanks for stopping by, and welcome to another Medieval 2 Total War online battle. This one is a 3 vs 2 siege battle. The 3 attackers are attacking this beautiful European fortress, and to top it all off, we are in the Mayan jungle. So you know what that means. Mayan music. The beats are about to go down. I love the Mayan music. It's really fast paced and epic, and it creates this epic atmosphere. So I'm excited about that. And before we get started with this siege battle, I have one more quick announcement. I hope you guys are sitting down. Please take a moment to sit down because this is some big old news. Also, make sure to have your snacks and drinks because that's also important today because it is Siege Week. That's right, guys. We are starting another Siege Week. It's been a while since the last one, and I know it's not Monday, and Siege Week usually starts on Monday, but to put us back on schedule, we're gonna have 2 siege battles today. I'm uploading 2 battles today, so if you're watching this video right when it was released, then in a couple hours there will be another siege battle. I'm excited. So yeah, maybe you should bring double the snackage because you're gonna need it. I'm pumped, you're pumped. Let's do this. Let's get started with this first siege battle. And the rules here for this battle, max 2 artillery for the attackers, no artillery for the defenders, max 3 cav for everyone, and I think no guns, I believe. So yeah, pretty standard rules. The money, 35k for the attackers and 30k for the defenders. Now let's get started with the army comp, starting with Egypt, commanded by Vamen. Now he's got some Arab cav, he's got some desert archers, some Hashashim, which are pretty good in siege battles. They're hiding behind the archers there. You can't see them right now. He's got 2 cannons. He's got some halberd militia. He's got some Nafatoons, which are also very important in siege battles. They can break the morale of the enemy forces. And then he's got some tabadoria, and that's really the heart of his army right here. Check out all the beautiful axes. So beautiful. These axes are not for chopping down trees. They're for chopping down heads, that's for sure. Alright, so let's check out his ally over here, kind of attacking the center gates area. We have Portugal, commanded by Lost in Nepal, which I believe he is Portuguese, so he's representing his people, which is awesome. So I could be wrong though. I'm sorry if you're not Portuguese, Lost in Nepal, then I totally made a screw up there. But anyways, his army comp, he's got some cav, Portuguese knights, he's got a general's bodyguard, he's got some basilisks, he's got one dismounted Portuguese knights, which is a good number, it's a good amount. He's got some dismounted feudal knights, dismounted conquistadors, good infantry corps there. He's got some Pavis crossbowmen, and he has some Jabbies. So yeah, Jabbies are going to be really important in the choke point fighting, you know, destroying the enemies in choke points. And that's his force. Let's go ahead and check out the final attacking army, commanded by Shogun Louis. He's commanding the Spanish, which are pretty much the same as Portugal, both factions being really good at siege battles because they have good skirmishers, good infantry, and solid cav. But cav's not a big factor in siege battles. But he went with more of a cheaper infantry corps. He has 4 sword and buckler men, which are pretty good with upgrades. He's got some pikemen. He's got some Pavis crossbows, about 3 of them. He's got some dismounted chivalric knights, which are wonderful. They're a wonderful unit. They're not as good as dismounted conquistadors, but they'll get the job done for sure. And then he's bringing 2 dismounted conquistadors. So at least he's bringing some conquistadors. He's got a general's bodyguard. He's got 2 more heavy cav units. And he has a Cavalry and some town militia. Because, you know, town militia want to feel special too. Even though he's kind of using them as like meat shields in front of his artillery, they matter. Damn it, they matter. So let's check out the defenders now. We have big boy on campus. We have Poland, which is pretty much a terrible faction. Unfortunately, I love Poland, don't get me wrong, I love their history, but when it comes to Medieval 2, they suck. The only way you can make them good is in pitch battles and if you rush with them, because they do have some solid cav, and they have the dismounted Polish knights, which we're looking at now, but that's pretty much it. They don't have good archers, they don't have a big roster of infantry, so you really can't get a lot done with them. So yeah, the best way to use them pitch is to rush, and the best way to use them in siege battles is not to use them. which is unfortunate. But it's cool to see Poland on the battlefield because it is like a little bit of a handicap So, you know, it's more of a challenge. And Poland is commanded by Krzysztof Michalski 6. And he's got only 2 units of Polish Knights. Only 2. This is his best unit. He needs to bring at least 4. But we'll see the rest of his army here. He's got 5 units of Halberd Militia. You should have switched that around. You should have got 2 units of Halberd Militia and 5 units of the Polish Knights. But, you know, whatever. No, whatever. And then he's got some Lithuanian Cav for a Cav force, so he might get aggressive here and try to put some harass on the enemies. And then he's got a bunch of dismounted Lithuanian Cav archers. So they're not good, but it's good that he has somewhat of a skirmishing capability. And the good news for Poland is that his ally is England, commanded by Miro 2033, which is a great defending faction because they have a good amount of heavy infantry and some solid longbows, which are really good because they have that AP attack. And also with all the walls that are involved in siege battles, it's good to have a composite bow because they have, you know, they do a better job than crossbows of, you know, shooting over the walls. So yeah, he's got 4 units of dismounted feudal knights, 4 units of armored swordsmen. He's got 4 units of archers, 2 of them being retinue longbow, 2 of them being yeoman archers. And for his cav over here, he's got 1 Knights Templar, 2 Knights Hospitaller, and he has 4 units of heavy billmen, which I think he probably should have just spent more money getting more archers or different heavy infantry. Heavy billmen are not that good. Maybe only getting 2 or 1 of them would be pretty good. So yeah, let's go ahead and play this now that the army comps are done with. And let's go ahead and turn up the sound. Oh, it is already up. Okay, never mind. Usually what I do is I mute the intro and I add like epic music. You guys just listen to that. Just kind of brings in, you know, it really brings in the audience. You know, it builds up the atmosphere of the epicness of this battle. So this is a very unique battle. I haven't watched it all. I've just watched the beginning. And supposedly this one just starts off really, really fast. So I'm going to be watching my mini-map because there's going to be a lot of stuff going on in the beginning. So here comes England getting aggressive with his very awesome cav. This is expensive cav, so he needs to get something done here or this is just a big old waste of money. And then over here the walls are crumbling. And Poland needs to get his archers off the walls. Even though they're cheap, crappy archers, you want to save as many men as you can. But look at this, England lining up for a cav charge, and there we go. The archers are dead on the ground, just like that. It was like a moment ago they were living, and now they're dead. It's horrible. Yeah, guys, always be sure to watch out for that. Oh, and a brutal charge into the Egyptians. I think Egypt made a big mistake there. What he should have done is tried to run forward his Arab cav, which I know they're not as good as the English Knights or the English cav, but they would have slowed down that charge and protected his infantry. But I think looking at all the dead bodies here, it's mostly Arab cav, so it wasn't that big of a loss for them. But over here, we've got the same situation. Poland charging out, trying to get some early harass on Portugal, which is going to be challenging because Portugal, you know, he has the crossbows and he will be able to fight back on this cav. I'm not a big fan of getting skirmish cav when you sally out and try to do some damage to the defenders, because most of the time the attackers, when you sally out and put some damage on the attackers, it's usually not a good decision to bring missile cav because they have skirmishers to fight you back. It's better to just have a cav that can do some heavy damage with charges. But hold that thought, guys. We've got Spain being aggressive here. God, this battle is going really, really fast. I might have to do some slow motion here just to analyze the entire battlefield. But when I was talking about the missile cav thing, I really butchered that. I hope you guys understood what I was saying there. Basically, I think it's better to have a melee, you know, shock cav than a missile cav. So anyways, yeah. So the town militia breaking, no surprise there. I think he was just using them to get inside this fortress. Okay, he is going to commit in his sword and buckler men. Let's go ahead and do some slow-mo here just to see what's going on with the cav. Poland is kind of running around. It looks like Portugal's trying to chase him down with his Portuguese knights. And the English knights, they went for that one charge, and now they're retreating back into their settlement. So there you go. Let's go back over here. This is intense, ladies and gentlemen. The sword and buckler men charging in. Is he going to send in more units? I don't know. Well, looks like it. Who knows? And we have some fighting here. This is awesome. Usually siege battles do not start this quick. Very good flanking fire onto these sword and buckler men that can cause them to break. Defeat is a distinct possibility for them, which is no surprise there because they are facing the very awesome Polish knights. And you hear those beats? Do you hear those freaking beats? It's so intense, I can't even stand it. It's so awesome. Like, I am not worthy for these beats. Okay, so we're gonna go back to slow motion and check out the Cav. I don't want to miss too much. So over here, flying over here, we have, looks like Poland getting chased down by the Arab Cav now. So he sent some help over there from his situation, Egypt. And now he's going to try to help out kill these missile cav, because it's a good idea that he sent out the Arab cav because it's light cav, unlike the Portuguese knights, which are heavy cav, and they really can't keep up with the missile cav. But for the light cav, they can. So that's a good decision by Egypt. But they're pretty banged up after that English cav charge into them. So I don't know how long they're going to last. Poland could just turn around and melee this Arab cav, and he should be able to beat them. But right now, it looks like he's just trying to slow him down for the Portuguese knights. Oh, this music. This music. Alright, so let's go back to this infantry fight. Oh my god, this music. It's awesome. Alright, so this epic grind continues, and more Polish archers falling to their deaths. Be careful, guys, with the archers. And look at this. So this was a big mistake by Poland. I guess he just wasn't ready. He was busy with his missile cav. His infantry is not formed up. If he was able to close off the attackers right here, he would keep them back and it would be a way better situation. But now that Spain has this foothold, he sent over a unit of sword and buckler men, and he's going to be able to flank around and kill these archers. Be sure to protect all of your flanks, guys. Oh, they broke. Never mind. Okay, problem solved. I was about to teach you guys a lesson, but you know what? It worked out in the end. So don't listen to me. I don't know what I'm talking about. So yeah, I don't think these sword and buckler men have any upgrades. So they're not going to be as good as they could be. The upgrades are pretty cheap for them, and it makes them way better. So yeah, I'm not surprised that they're breaking so quickly, especially with the flanking fire from these archers. Spain is pushing forward. What is this? Oh, it's town militia. Don't fire at units like this. This is just a distraction. If you have your archers firing at this unit, hold fire or focus on a different target, because that's not really going to do any good. You're just wasting your ammo on a very cheap unit. Spain is inching forward his army. Let's see what's going on. Oh, hold on, guys. Oh my god. Oh man, we missed it. You know what? I'm gonna pause the video right here. I'm gonna rewatch the battle and show you this part. Alright guys, here's the epic cav charge that we missed. So England is charging back out, and he is ready to do some justice upon the Egyptians. Here we go, from all kinds of different sides. Egypt, he sent over one of his Arab cav to help his allies, so he's really exposed here. And look at that. That is just a brutal cav charge. He wrecked those Halberd militia. He really has no answer for this cav. He has zero answer. And he's currently getting hit a little bit by the Nafatoon. So that's some progress there. It's, you know, throwing your Nafatoon pots, that will surely break their morale. But there's still a very healthy number. So, oh, here comes another charge. So he's just cycle charging this Egyptian force here, and just wrecking them. Cav is so deadly in this game that if you leave your troops undefended, they will get destroyed. There's very few troops that can handle a cav charge, and that's mostly pikemen. The best way to counter cav is with other cav. And look at that, they're breaking now. The Egyptians are breaking, and just well done here, micromanaging the cav, the English cav, getting cycle charge after cycle charge, relentless, giving them no time to organize their troops or group up their troops or try to put up any kind of defense. And he just crushed the Egyptian armies, crushed their Egyptian forces. I mean, there were some expensive units in that grouping there. The Hashashim, the archers. So we're going to watch this one more charge, and then we'll go back to the normal replay. Go back to you, Pixelated Apollo. So there we go. One more charge there. And boom. That was the very great English charge. That was really, really fun to watch. Well done to Myro 2033. Okay, wasn't that epic? England just running amok on Egypt, just slaughtering his units there, and he's still going for cycle charges right into the Navatunes. That's a big loss by Egypt. Egypt needs to run away. So yeah, Egypt was trying to, use his Navatunes in that fight, but it just wasn't worth it. He lost a good number of them, but I think that's going to cause the Cav to break here. Let's see. No, they're still hanging. Oh, they broke. They are gone from the battle. But I think England's going to kind of retreat its Cav and maybe strike again another time when Egypt's a little bit more distracted. But yeah, Spain was defeated there. He needs to quickly form up a defense because Spain's not even interested in knocking down another wall. Portugal, you need to send your infantry forward. Send them forward. Block this area right here. Don't give them an option to maneuver around. Go! Damn it! I'm sorry for yelling into the mic, but Poland, please! You're missing a great opportunity. You can beat the superior infantry with tactics and maneuvering, but that opportunity is lost. It is gone. And over here, Portugal is pushing forward. Check this out. So Portugal is going to put some pressure here. Look, this is the sword and buckler men that broke earlier. They flanked around this way while breaking. So now they're attacking the flank of this halberd militia, and they're just wrecking this halberd militia. That's how bad the halberd militia are. They're just not good. They can't beat a shaken unit. So Poland's endangered here. He's in danger because Portugal, if he charges in here, they're completely flanked. Yeah, no, Portugal's done. They're screwed. They are screwed. There's nothing they can do. And here's more Spanish forces. Looks like he's sending more to flank around. I would send some forces to kill these archers. Get them off the battlefield because that's really going to save a lot of troops later on in this match. But let's continue to do some slow-mo here, guys, because there is some stuff going on out here. Now it looks like England wants some more, so we'll go back to normal speed. He wants some more, and Portugal's got his cav here kind of protecting the Egyptians. And Spain is about to be flanked. Oh, but he's just barely going to inch his way out of there. That was so close. So well done, England, so far. Just doing a great job. Killing almost, I would say almost 50% of the Egyptians with 3 cav units. And Portugal, ooh, man. He spent a lot of money in his cav, but I think it paid off. I think it was worth it. And Poland breaking over here. So Poland getting run down by the Spanish. And the music's getting epic. Alright, let's go back to this infantry fight. And yep, sure enough, Poland is completely surrounded. They might be able to escape a little bit. They're routing forces. Looks like he's got some halberd militia. At least a couple of them. But this is such a huge loss for Poland. Like, that was such a good maneuvering tactic there from the attackers, just trying to flank around their lines. And that's something you have to be extra careful with, guys. If you're going to defend the outer wall, be sure to be aware of your flanks and defend every flank as long as possible if you're going to hold the outer walls. And that's a huge mistake that Poland made here. Honestly, I think he should have just retreated his forces once Spain started charging in, because he didn't get them in a good position in this choke point. You know, he could have formed that V shape there and defended them back, but it really wouldn't have mattered because Portugal would have went this way and flanked around and then exposed his flank. So I think the best decision in that situation is just to retreat to the town center and prepare for the next layer of defense. But here comes Egypt charging in, and I think the English cav is still alive, going for a charge in these Portuguese knights. He might be able to break them here. Yep, he's going to break them. Beautiful charge there. Oh my god, they're all dead. Not a single soul survived. They're all dead. So now he's free to go after this artillery. This is insane. This is absolutely insane. Good job from England, man. So far, I'm giving him MVP. Like, this is awesome. This is really, really awesome, especially since his ally is having such a tough time. England is doing a great job. I think what he's going for is the annotations, but I think he should also go for the artillery. I think that would be a good decision. Let's see what he goes for here. Yep, the annotations. Go for the, yep, that's what, you know, great minds think alike. Wonderful. So he's getting those damn annotations off the battlefield. That's really going to help him in the later stages of the siege battle. And he's got another cav unit wrecking the artillery. Egypt, man, having a tough time. This is hard to watch. This is beautiful execution by England. Well done. Like, this is one of the best sally out cav forces, or cav tactics, cav action that I've ever seen. So yeah, I've never seen a cav force this small just wreck almost an entire force of Egyptians. So this is really gonna help them out. Poland here, I don't know why he's trying to hold back these Spanish right here. His archers are dead. The conquistadors went up there, killed them. They were no match to the conquistadors, obviously. And then now he's trying to hold them back. He is trying to hold them back with depleted, tired units. Now, that is giving England some time to fire his longbows, fire his arrows into their troops, which is a pretty big clumping of troops there. But they're going to have so much ammo to knock down those walls. It's not going to be good. It is not going to be good. So England is finally breaking off the field of battle, but he got his money. Oh, that's his general? It's still not a big deal. It's not a big deal because his general, well, he has infinite morale in the town center. So it's not like if you're defending, you really need your general, especially if you're going to hold only this section of the wall. So this is huge. That attack on Egypt was huge. That could save the day for the defenders. It still looks a little rough for the defenders, but there is something positive going for them. What Poland needs to do is just get the hell out of there. And that's what he's doing. Well, not by choice, really. His troops are kind of doing it on their own. They're like, I'm done. Do you see that elite Spanish force? I'm out of here. Okay, so here comes the attackers. So I think what I'm going to do here is just fast forward a little bit. And let the guys run inside the gate here. I'm pretty sure what's going to happen is that they're going to fire their artillery. I could be mistaken because they're, you know, the attackers are already on a roll. Like they're being non-stop aggressive. So maybe they'll continue that that kind of mentality and just continue to push into this siege. Oh man, this music. It gets me riled up. I'm all kinds of riled up. I'm so ready for this epic last stand. Who do you think's gonna win? Now, I'm really happy that England pretty much has his entire force ready to go, except for his cav, but his cav did their duty, and damn did they do it well. That was an epic cav charge. I was gonna say awesome, but I think epic better describes it. So this is really good right here. He's got his towers activated, firing down at the sword and buckler men there. Oh, gotta be careful. Damn it, England. Get your troops off the walls, man. Gotta get them off the walls. These archers are way too important for the defense. They're already exhausted because they've been firing for a long time. We got archers over here now under fire. Please, England, please get your archers off the wall. Oh, no. More dead, but at least he's gonna save some of them. It's not that big of a deal if you lose a couple. As long as the archer unit is mostly healthy. And I wouldn't even try to defend that section over there. I would just go back to the town center, hold this wall right here. And England's preparing his troops. The gate is open, this choke point's open. The towers are still activated. Firing down. Lithuanian archers, that's good. He's got some archers left over that would be great for defending. Lithuania, this is pretty much it for him. A couple of Polish knights, a couple of Howard militia. Really, what he should have done, even though he had pretty terrible infantry, he should have just retreated to the town center at the start, or as soon as the attackers started to push forward. Uh-oh. Okay, so we might have to play at normal speed now. Egypt coming around the flank. He's got some tabarderia. Egypt really not a big factor in this battle anymore just because he had such a tough struggle at the beginning. But again, he has artillery. He's got Nafatoons. He can still do a lot of damage. But I just wouldn't worry about him too much compared to like Portugal and Spain. I mean, Portugal's pretty much untouched. Like, they haven't lost a single thing. But Spain, on the other hand, they've got a lot. Or, I'm sorry, Spain, on the other hand, they've lost a little bit. They lost quite a bit, but they still have a decent number of infantry to get a lot of damage done. So what we're going to do now, guys, is just edit through this. Oh, actually, hold on. Nope, we're going to watch this. Because we have England charging in. He is not going to let those Nafatoons fire. I kind of like this decision because he could cause them to break. The Egyptians have seen enough. They've seen too many deaths. And the Hashashim coming around this flank over here, that could be an issue. So Egypt and England duking it out over for this choke point. And the Cav is breaking, which no surprise there. And he is just trying to desperately push for those Nafatoons. Oh, he's just trying to push through. I don't know how I feel about that. Because the Tabaduria, they can get a lot of kills if he's not too careful here. And yeah, look at that. He's actually pushing through the Tabaduria and he's getting to the Nafatoons. Well done. And we do have some Tabaduria breaking from the line of defense there. Oh my god, just pure muscle, English muscle, breaking through these Tabaduria, and the Nafatoons are now getting cut down, and I think that's game over for the Nafatoons. What a huge loss for the attackers. Oh, but what is this? We have Egypt flanking around with some Tabaduria. He was using the wall over there. England's got to send more forces over there, and now is the time for Spain to attack because England is so occupied with Egypt. We do have some feudal knights showing up, though. Great job. I didn't think that was actually going to work, but damn, he did a great job there. Cutting right through those Tabaduria. Now Portugal is sending in only one feudal knight. And these Tabaduria are about to be flanked. Oh, and the archers, the desert archers up there. Good job putting his archers up here. Getting an easy little turkey shoot here. This is such a big target for those archers. Yeah, surround those Hashashim. You got to surround them if you want to win this, Egypt. Your troops could easily break here. And we've got, oh, look at this. We got the general's bodyguard from Portugal coming over to try to cause more holes into his flanks. Trying to break through, causing the Egyptian, or not the Egyptian, the English to break from this defense. But I think England's holding on here. He's holding on. More walls coming down. England needs to quickly win over here, that's for sure. And that's exactly what he's doing. Now, after defeating all those forces here, he can retreat back to the town center and prepare his men, and he's still got a lot of infantry ready to go. And now, a lot of them are heavy billmen, but he can still, do something with them. In Poland, very wisely sending over a very depleted unit of halberd militia to kill the archers, so that's a good use of a depleted unit. Now, England's going to keep pushing. He's just breaking everyone. He is breaking every single body. Every single one are breaking. So there we go. Oh, and there goes the Egyptian general. And I think it's safe to say that Egypt's out of this battle. He's out of the fight. And yeah, England, you need to get out of there. Just retreat. You cannot fight off Portugal in this situation. Egypt, I understand you attacking him, but Portugal, go back to your town center. Oh, and he's got some troops out here. That's too bad. He's going to lose these feudal knights. Now, it's only a unit of 15, but you got to try to keep your units alive. Now, the good news is that he's killing the Javis over here. So that's going to get them off the battlefield. That's going to be a huge win. But yeah, he is retreating back, which is good to see. Oh, man. And here we go. Here comes Spain. He's going to charge in. Hopefully, they've got enough to hold them back. Heavy billmen going in. More walls crashing down. There we go, guys. Man, he's sending a lot to defend against that. He needs to prepare to watch out for this other opening here. He doesn't really have any troops in reserve. I think his missiles, his longbows are... I think they still have ammo, so he might be able to, skirmish the enemy a little bit longer. This is not good. Whenever you're defending this section here, don't do this, because all the attackers are going to oh, look at that. They'll kill the Portuguese general. That could be actually really huge. But you shouldn't do this with your troops, because all he's going to do is put his archers up on the walls and fire at your defenses. And that's what he's doing. Well done by Lost in Nepal. He's going to be able to get a lot of kills here. Unless England retreats. He needs to use his own walls as protection. This is not good. Alright, so this fight is still going on. He's finally formed up some kind of V shape there, which is a good defense. But he's got more openings over here. It's good to see the Polish archers up on the wall. You know, getting some kills. The music is just going insane. Yes, thank you, England. Get your troops out of there. Smart decision there. There we go. We got some breakage there. I really think Spain is making a kind of big mistake. He should be just full-on attacking through all these choke points and trying to overwhelm England. But England's just taking advantage of this opportunity to slowly kill Spain one after another, one unit after another. Look at that. He's just letting his archers fire at them. What is that cav charge? Is there a cav coming in? Oh, England! Your troops are getting cut down. Get them out of there, man. Just hide behind the walls. That's a fight you cannot win. Oh, jeez, yeah. Here we go. Spain just breaking through. And this might be the nail in the coffin. It's so important to defend the choke points. I don't know why he has so many troops at this one area. He needs to kind of spread his army around. I think he was he was hoping that he could break those Spanish troops over on that flank. But yeah, it's just they're not breaking over there, and now this whole area is just chaos because Spain is. Oh well, they're breaking now, so he could recover and try to defend back the Spanish, but they are just pouring in infantry, pouring them in. Those pikemen are thirsty for blood. Conquistadors thirsty for blood. The archers in the back here. He's got his longbows back here trying to get some kills. And his troops are crumbling. I don't know why he sent them back out here. There's just no way he could fight off all these troops in such an open area. So massive break by England. He's still holding in this area. I think if I was Spain, I would try to get some troops to go around and flank around this way. Poland sending in some cav units, because why not? And the pikemen are now fighting for the town center. The good news is that these troops will return to the fight because the town center has infinite morale. But I don't know if he has enough troops to win this. Like, I don't know if it's going to be enough to fight off Portugal, which is pretty much 100% healthy. Boom, 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 boom. I love this music. I love it. I know I said it like 100 times, but this damn music's so wonderful. So this is the epic showdown, guys. Who will win? Who will be victorious? I do not know. Oh, more breakage here, though, by Spain. Spain losing a lot of troops, but here comes Portugal pouring in now. He wants some blood. He wants to get some kills. And finally, they are exposing this flank over here. And look at that. They're like swarming out after you accidentally step on an anthill, and they just all run out. That's what I'm thinking right now when I see that right there. Just swarming out, going back to the town center, which is probably for the best. It's good to like set up some kind of stand around the infinite morale, because your troops will fight to the bitter end. Bitter end. And I love this siege, this European fortress, because the battle, just from a bird's eye view, the battles that go on in this little courtyard is absolutely wonderful. It is so chaotic. Troops everywhere, and England is breaking. I would have just stayed in the town center. It would have been a lot more effective. Archers trying to get as many kills as possible. They know they're pretty much screwed at this point. And the Halberd militia, they're bugging out. They're walking into battle backwards because they're just a bunch of badasses that want to fight with their asses, I guess. I don't know. Their asses are bad. So this is it, guys. This is the epic last stand. Now the good news for the defenders is that Portugal's general is dead, so he could cause them to have a chain rout, like a massive chain rout, but it's very unlikely, but it's possible. It is possible. And I like the fact that he's focusing his archer fire onto the Portuguese over here. There's a big grouping of conquistadors. His poor halberd, man. They're having a tough time. They're having a tough time. We're under attack! Really, this is the like strongest line of defense from England. And they have to fight off conquistadors. We're under attack! You don't say! We're under attack? Really? I didn't know that. I guess I didn't see the massive invading armies. Oh man, the flips by the heavy billman. Man, that heavy billman should be proud. He just killed a conquistador. Those are trained motherfuckers. Oh, there we go. Killed the general there. That doesn't really make a difference, but you know, whatever. Points. General points. England's breaking again once more. But I respect the final defense from the defenders. England, I'm going to have to give the MVP to England. I know they were defeated here, but I bet you $1,000, that's right guys, $1,000, that England has a bunch of kills. England, by himself, defeated Egypt with like 3 units of cav and a couple infantry. And he did a lot of damage to Spain, and he's putting a dent into Portugal. Poland, on the other hand, he had a tough fight in the beginning. His flanks were exposed. His men were pretty much instantly routed. But again, you know, it's all about having fun, and I'm sure he learned from this battle. Just remember, guys, if you're going to hold the outer wall, be sure to protect your flanks. And there we go. England's breaking. This is what's left of England. Will they offer them surrender? Oh, where's he running to? I guess he's just running for this. Oh, he's trying to go for the general. I see. The Spanish general. I think the Spanish general is the last general alive. So there you go. I don't know how that matters, but there you go. Will they kill him? Who knows? I guess we'll find out shortly. He's moving up his yeoman archers. I mean, you could kill him. He's right there. Prime for the shooting, archers. Prime for the shooting. But look at this. The attackers got a bunch of troops left over. This was not a close battle, but it was a very, very fun battle to watch. Mostly watching the English just go ham on everybody and everyone and everything. So that was fun. And yeah, it's down to some archers over here. Trying to look at that. Look at all the arrows he's taking. It's like he's letting him kill the general. He's like, come on, man. Charge. Oh, okay. Well, he was going to charge. So we'll just fast forward here. And they're getting shot down by enemy archers. And that's it, guys. That is the battle. I hope you enjoyed this one. I hope you learned some stuff from it. And yes, look how many kills England has here. Everybody, round of applause for England. Just a round of applause. That was some awesome play. I know he was defeated, but that was awesome. So Vermin having a tough time. He just couldn't deal with that English cav. Shogun Lewis doing a pretty good job, getting 527 kills. And I'm actually surprised how many kills Lost in Nepal got. Almost 800 kills with 221 prisoners. By the way, Spain got 400 prisoners. Mostly for killing Portugal, or not Portugal, Poland. But Lost in Nepal, getting a lot of kills. I'm surprised because he really wasn't like in the main fight for most of the time. So well done to Lost in Nepal, and a good game to all the players here. I hope you had fun. I hope you guys learned something new, and yeah, yay Siege Week. I'm excited, guys. So stay tuned for the next Siege battle, and I will see you next time.